Was there a moment, I mean, I guess somebody who didn't know the business would imagine that you walking into the opera for the first time and you'd had this sort of transformative experience and you're like, this is what I will devote my career to. Although I know that you haven't devoted your career entirely to opera.
No.
Did you have a moment like that?
Well, I mean, I went to concerts all the time.
Right.
I mean, you know, but it was in let me get this right, 1972. Sir John Pritchard, who was a wonderful conductor, who was the music director at the Glyndebourne Opera Festival, the summer festival in England. I had been having some successes, and he took me to lunch and asked me if I would come and assist him at Glyndebourne on a new production of Capriccio, which is Strauss's last opera, and he would offer me 2 performances to conduct, which was lovely. And I said to him, you know, I was overwhelmed and excited at the prospect, and I said, but you know, I have no operatic experience at all. And he said, he had a voice that was idiosyncratic, shall we say. He said, yes, we know that. And he said, Andrew, the thing about opera is that more things can go wrong in it than almost any other field of human endeavour. But when they all go right, there's nothing like it. And I think that sums it up, because it is a fusion of so much. And then, of course, I started conducting at Glyndebourne and eventually became music director there myself. And then I fell totally in love with it. But it was, as it were, falling in love with opera from the inside,
right,
rather than the out.
I see that. That's fascinating.
So yes. So then I got interested in conducting, sort of by accident, because a friend of mine was putting on a concert which included a divertimento by Haydn, and it was just too big an ensemble for them to easily put it together, you know, without a conductor. So they asked me to conduct it, and I did. And I thought, oh, I rather like this. And so,
why? What did you like about it?
Well, I liked being able to help bring a group together and have a sort of unified concept, you know, of how you perform a piece. So then I took a couple of summer courses in conducting down in Dorset in England with a very good teacher. Just 2-week courses, but where I suppose the basis of my conducting technique, such as it is, started there. And then David Wilcox, who was, beside being the organist of King's College, was also in charge of the University Music Society Orchestra, said to me, you know, after I'd conducted a few things already in Cambridge, and he said, would you like to conduct one of the pieces with the orchestra next season? And I said, sure, I'd love to. And I said, did you have anything in mind? And he said, yes, the 5 pieces for orchestra by Schoenberg.
You keep coming back to Schoenberg, I keep noticing.
What about the unfinished symphony? You know? So anyway, I think, oh yeah, sure. And, you know, and I did it. And years later, you realize how fiendishly difficult this piece is, you know, when you just do it.